What's up, everybody? I'm back with another movie review, and today I'll be covering Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. I just wrapped up my review of the final season of Batman Beyond, so I figured, this is the next movie I have to review. And there'll be other Batman movies, animated movies I will be reviewing, at least just two for the next. There'll be two more in the next couple of weeks, but there will be others down the line at some point. But I'll be doing a lot of Batman TV show reviews currently right now. I'm going to be going right into The Batman that came out in 2004. That series is awesome. Can't wait to get into that. But for right now, before we continue, please like and subscribe, share this with your friends, and let me know what you guys think of Batman Beyond as a series and the movie. So anyway, a lot of returning characters to this movie. Got Will Ferrell as Terry McGinnis, Kevin Conroy, Bruce Wayne, Mark Hamill returns as the Joker, and Jordan Price, the one-off dude working at the Wayne Powers, company. Angie Harmon as a older Commissioner Barbara Gordon, and Tara Strong as a young Barbara Gordon Batgirl. Dean Stockwell as an older Tim Drake. A young Matthew Valencia as the young. Matthew Valencia, who plays the young Tim Drake Robin that we knew from the animated series. Arlene Sorkin as Harleen Quinzel. Melissa Joan Hart as Dahlia and DeAndre Dennis, Dee Dee, one of the Joker gang members. We got Michael Rosenbaum playing as another Joker gang member, Ghoul, who's for some reason doing a Christopher Walken voice. Don't know why, but it's just funny because I can't help but think about. I'm pretty sure he was thinking about the Batman Returns, and Return to Joker, Batman Returns, and does like a Christopher Walken thing. We got Terry Garr coming back as Mary McGinnis, the mom. Ryan O'Donoghue as Matthew McGinnis, the younger brother. And Lauren Tom returns as Dana Tan. So, the movie opens with Batman attempting to stop the Joker gang from stealing this, high tech, gear. And they've been apparently stealing seemingly random machines. And after they made their getaway, it turns out they're working for what it seems to be the Joker, a little older, but alive and well. And now he's making his big play. When he made his big debut to the world during one of Bruce's, coronations, essentially, pretty much like because after, if you watch the series, Paxton and his father, the Powers family, it's pretty much like both of them are just seemingly criminals. One's technically a supervillain, and it's like, okay, this is not good press, and Bruce has been working hard and very long
phrasing
to reacquire his company, his family's company. Now it's is here, and he's just making his big speech. Then Joker shows up. He is befuddled, and it's very rare you get like very shocked expressions from Bruce Wayne, because very little shocks this guy. But now that Joker has come back, a lot of the older Batman family members are just in shock at this point. It's like, okay, what the hell? And so uh, Terry tries to ask Bruce, like, okay, who's like, who you think this guy is? It's like, do you think it's a robot, a clone, like what? And Bruce is just being Bruce. It's not like being forward with anything. He's clearly like hiding his trauma from this kind of situation. Neither he nor Barbara wants to come clean to Terry, which is kind of wild because Return of the Joker came out long after the series probably had ended, or halfway through ending, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. 'Cause when did the final episode of the animated series of Batman Beyond ended in December 18th, 2001. And this released in October 31st in 2000. So, at the tail end of the series wrapping up, this movie came out. So he's been Batman for a good 3 years. And you'll think this guy has earned your respect and at least enough to like be forward with this guy, because Terry only read files about Bruce's older villains, that he only entangled with like Mr. Freeze, and that is it. Which is, I won't say a shame, but it would have been cool that, well, the showrunners did not want to have like Terry just spending most of the series fighting Bruce's older villains. They wanted to give him his own villains. So he only dealt with technically Ra's al Ghul and Mr. Freeze in terms of tangling with older villains. Everybody else has been Terry's own villains. But so Barbara and Bruce just keeps telling him to just drop it, leave it alone. So, but Terry obviously is not leaving it alone. So, he goes to get, answers from the only other source he can think of, which will be Tim Drake. Because, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Bruce is trying to get Terry to like just, return the Batsuit. I thank you. You honored the mantle of the Batman, but this is too much for you. But it's like Terry's trying to say, like, I wasn't in this because like I wanted to be a hero or had some like I was never a Robin. Like I wanted to make like something of myself. I wanted to contribute. I wanted to like this, that, and the third. And Bruce is like, you stupid kid, you don't know what you want. So Terry just left the costume, seemingly trying to return to his normal life. He tries to go out with Dana, but then the Jokers attack him at the club, and Joker attacks Bruce and infects him with a Joker toxin. Luckily, he was in the middle of making Joker antidotes, preparing for a lot of Jokerized people. But Terry manages inject him with the antidote in time, and now like he has Barbara to like, okay, enough of this little stonewalling here. Tell me what the heck is going on. What happened? So Barbara finally relents, tells him the tragic story of the last time they tangled with the Joker, where they end up, him and Harley kidnapped Tim while he was on patrol, tortured and brainwashed him to be a mini Joker, because Joker feel like, like you have like tons of sidekicks. I don't have a little sidekick for my own. I need a family too. So he borrowed one of Batman's. So, Barbara and Batman sees like a Jokerfied Tim Drake, and while stopping Joker, and of course, Barbara tries, tangling with Harley Quinn, but she seemingly dies in a ravine. But we later see an older Harley show up at the end, who's like the grandmother of the Didi twins. So it's just, and when Tim still managed to still have his faculties, he used one of the Joker's guns to shoot and kill him. But this is like a alternate thing, because this is a little bit more like uncut version, while the theatrical version has Joker slip and fall into some electrical wires and off-screen electrocutes himself to death, which either one still adds to the violent tragedy of the Joker. So it's just pick your poison, because both versions are good. It's very rare you get like, the uncut versions usually like, wildly accepted and people like a version of a film like that. But instead of the theatrical version, because it seems too tame, this one adds, even one is more on-screen violence while the one is off-screen. Either one still gives you what you need in the end result of the feeling that attributes to the both end results. So I like both versions, honestly. So thanks to Leslie Tompkins, they took a year to get Tim back to his normal self, but Batman refused to have him come back as Robin after that tragedy. He can't let this happen again. That's why, Tim was, well, before Damian was ever a thing, was the last, boy wonder that he puts under his wing, until Terry came along years later. And of course, Tim felt some type of way, because like he loved being a hero, but he decides like, fine, like I'll just cut ties off with you altogether and go my own way. So he grew up, eventually married, had a couple of kids, and became an electrical engineer. And of course, from what Barbara says, because I never caught this as a kid, Barbara says that he went to her father, I guess came clean about everything with him, so they can like bury Joker underneath Arkham Asylum and, all this other stuff. It's like, that's where Joker, in Barbara's eyes, got the last laugh and tainted the Bat family for years. But Terry went to go talk with Tim to see like, okay, what do you know about this? And of course, I'm glad like, Tim haven't lost those skills. Him and Barbara is like, you can't sneak up on us. We like I heard you miles away. Like, you're not that good just yet. So it's like he tried to gain info from Tim, but it's like he's like, I left all that behind. I don't even want to see that Robin suit again. Even though there was fun times, but we all grow up sometime. And when Terry leaves, I love the cut to him in the Batmobile. It's like, are all you that bitter? it's like God. It's like you two and Bruce, man, y'all are just like a piece of work. And Barbara's like, like you should look up Nightwing sometime. He got stories for you. God, and that's another kind of tragedy in and of itself, man. It's like you got like a grown up Tim Drake. I want to see like a older Nightwing talk with Terry. That'll be fun. I'm pretty sure that it was like a thing in the comics. Like I said, it's been a while since I read any Batman Beyond. But then Terry goes to speak with what's his name? Uh Crap. Jordan Price, who has like a grudge against Bruce for reclaiming Wayne Enterprises when he would have been like the next runner up. Turns out on his little mega yacht, the Jokers tried to off him because he was like a loose end, because he was the one orchestrating their little break-ins and stealing all these mechanisms. Then it turns out those mechanisms was formulating this giant satellite machine, which is like shoots a laser, and it blows up that yacht. But luckily Terry saves that guy in nick of time, but has a recording of him admitting to the Jokers how he worked with them in order to ruin Bruce Wayne. So he getting arrested. But then once he comes to realize that when Joker came in to shatter all those display cases with all those suits, only the Robin suit was destroyed, which leads to believe like, okay, Tim still has like some kind of grudge, so he has to be the culprit. He has to be working with the Joker. Goes to his lab, finds a hologram, makes his escape, and goes to this old abandoned candy factory where he brings along Ace the Bat Hound to attack Hyena, one of the other Joker members, using like Splice. If you remember the episode with Splice, clearly somebody was using like Splice technology to turn themselves into a hyena. But he confronts Tim, and it turns out that when Joker tortured him, he still left a nasty surprise. He always like somehow find like a one step ahead just to get one over on Batman somehow. Has a little mini chip, which I'm shocked that it lasted this long after so many years, that he embedded a piece of his mind into this chip, left dormant, while little by little increasing in power and influence, has a very Jekyll and Hyde kind of display, because it gets kind of like, my God, horrific to see Tim morph into the Joker. His skin turns pale, his hair turns green and everything like that. And it turns out that he's been like subtly influenced and then slowly taking over Tim's body in order to return and wreak havoc on Gotham again. But it leads into like a battle between Terry and a Jokerfied Tim, with all Tim's skills as Robin tangling with Terry. And it's like, Jokerfied Tim was like, I know how Batman fights. You cannot surprise me. And Bruce warns Terry, like, from his expertise, like, he likes to talk. You can use that against him. And Terry comes up with an idea to himself, like, what? I like to talk too. And so he, reverse Uno cards the Joker, whereas he starts, quipping, kind of like, Spider-Man in a way, quipping at the Joker. It's like, so you fell into like a vat of acid and got bleach skin and decided to, become a supervillain. God, you're so lame. And this irritates Joker. It's like, stop laughing at me. What? I thought the Joker liked making people laugh. and he's just laughing, taunting him through the shadows. And it's like, because the Joker doesn't like to be laughed at. He never likes to be laughed at. And this is like solidifies Terry as his own Batman. He doesn't have to handle villains the same way Bruce would handle villains. He does it his own way, which makes him very unique in that way. I love that. This was like honestly a best fight scene in the animated superhero film, in my opinion, where it's just like Terry just taunting the hell out of a Joker. And I'm pretty sure if it was real Joker, he'll act the same way. The fact that he does not like to be laughed at. And that just irritates him to no end. So Terry's is a different type of superhero. And he gathers one of the Joker's joy buzzers and hits the microchip on Joker's neck, destroying the chip. You would think after so many years getting showers and probably going to a swimming pool or going through all manner of things that would eventually destroy that freaking chip. It's kind of wild to me that it maybe you can say is embedded somehow, but I don't know. Sure, it's a lot. There's sweat glands, and he have to have gone to the doctor at some point and nobody see that little dot there. Maybe they think it was a mole or something. I'm not sure. It's just, I don't know. There's many things that I'm picking apart in terms of this little chip that could have easily have been solved. But it had to still be around after all these years and active. But at any rate, this, finally neutralizes the Joker for good. Now Tim's back to his normal cognitive self, and Terry brings Tim to the hospital where Barbara and Bruce goes to reconcile. Bruce tells Terry that, it's not Batman who makes you worthwhile, it's the other way around. And just, letting Terry know that you're, you made me proud, essentially. And that was kind of quick. It was like a quick little rundown. It was like an roughly hour long animated film, but it's really good. One of the best animated DC movies, of all time. But I'm curious to know what you guys think of Batman Return of the Joker. Great musical score. Like the visual effects is like right on par. The acting behind this is all still on par, just like the animated series. So outside of the nitpicks I have, this is a pretty solid animated film. But let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys tomorrow for more video game content. But I'll be getting back into reviewing. I've just wrapped up, Batman animated series, Batman Beyond animated series. Now I'm going to be going into the Batman animated series. It has 4 seasons, so I'll be binge watching that. But next week I'll be doing a review of Batman Under the Red Hood. So look forward to that as the next review. But I will see you guys later. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.